This game behind me, you guys see REVN. And a lot of people are probably like, what the hell are you talking about REVN for, Nick? I don't give a damn. Okay. I want to talk about REVN because one, REVN is the first third-person shooter MOBA that I know of that uses guns. Not really in like a Smite way where it's magic and stuff. This is guns. Okay, a third-person MOBA. One reason I want to talk about it. Two is I have an interview with their two members from their team, the creative director and also the community manager. That is Silas and Alistair. These two dudes were cool. I got an interview. If you guys don't know, I'll be doing a lot of interviews. Joe, usually my co-host. I know Joe, believe me, we're going to get together. You know how that go. You know what I'm saying? But I usually have Joe on the side with me when I do these things. You know, we do the co-host thing, right? But this one I had to just do. I had it in my chair, you know, I took it. All right. But these guys were great, man. They gave me their time. They told me about the title. I played it. I will be going live, playing it on Twitch. I'll reshare the content on YouTube. I don't like to mix everything all the time. I like to give somebody something special on everything. So Twitch, I'm going to have some live stream games. YouTube, I got tutorials and things you can't get. Facebook, I got other things. You know, TikTok, exclusive. I got everything. Everything you get something special. So you need to follow every platform. That's kind of the incentive. Okay? But I have an interview, and I am going to play a snippet of this interview, okay? Very short, just to show you guys the snippet of the interview. I will go more into the game, but let's see if I can get this down. I'm going to go ahead and play a snippet. Here we go. Let me know how sound is going and everything. I guess we'll start from the beginning. And I guess this is where Silas, since, you know, you're right about the vision, okay? I'm with you on that. I know this takes a lot of vision. Where did it start? What made you think? Was there something there where you was like, there's this niche that's not filled? Or what was it that made you say, which I believe it was 4 years ago, I see you started this project. What made you say, this is what we need?
I'm someone who has always really enjoyed making my own character in whatever game I'm playing. I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons growing up, and I still play it every weekend. And I personally actually love playing a different rule system, GURPS, a very niche game that I think a lot of people haven't heard of. But it is a role-playing game where you make your own character. You don't have character classes. You just kind of pick and choose skills and abilities out of anything in the book, kind of thing. And I'm always all about games like that, where you're not locked to a preset path for your character's progression, for the skills you can use. You can really mix and match anything. I love deck building games like Magic the Gathering, where you can really mix any cards together and make whatever kind of deck you want. Of course, there's going to be synergies and metas and, you know, things that work well together and things that don't work well together. That's going to happen in any game, but I've always really enjoyed the freedom and the, as you put it earlier, the depth of these games where you can really explore almost infinite possibilities and find new ways to play the game every time you sit down. And REVN is a third-person shooter. It's a MOBA, but it's also the only MOBA where you can make your own character. And I think that's where we are completely unique on the market. We let players choose any 3 abilities in the game, and that defines their character. You don't choose a champion or a hero or a class. That you create your own character as you play the game.
Great answer. And you know what's very funny about that answer is you actually answered the next question that I had, was what separates it? You know, what really is the main thing that separates it? So you mentioned just building your own character each time you're going through. And that was one of the things I noticed. Like I said, not big into MOBAs, but coming out there, running out there gunning, you know, and then you figure out, well, I'm not really getting anywhere. And this is for both of you, for someone that is, let's say, new to MOBAs, and let's say really, you know, hey, I'm into shooters. How do you really start by getting into this? What would be a suggestion that you guys would give for me? For example, diving into it to start training, to learn pretty much everything of how MOBAs generally work.
So I think I can give a pretty good answer to that one. REVN is, as far as MOBAs go, as it stands right now, pretty forgiving. And we've taken a lot of steps to make sure that it is like a pretty accessible game if you're coming over from like the shooter marketplace and you just are just now trying your first MOBA ever. So one way we've done that is there's no in REVN, unless you are on a big kill streak and you have a bounty on your head, you're not actually going to get a direct currency from killing another player. You're not going to get immediately more stronger than that other player just by killing them. And this is a big issue in other MOBAs that we noticed where, say in like League, you die twice in lane and your game is over. Like you're dead for the next 30 minutes. You're not coming back. You have been stomped. They beat you in the first 5 minutes. So good luck, buddy. So we wanted to make sure that that wasn't a thing. Also, because every player is using a gun as their primary means of farming minions, farming jungle camps, and executing on these kind of MOBA ideas, that shooter player is going to feel really empowered because they're going to be able to use something that they're really familiar with in order to accelerate themselves within a MOBA environment. Otherwise, there are a plethora of items that support using your gun as your primary ways of fighting people. There's obviously like ways that you can make sort of like caster builds if you want to focus on abilities and be, kind of creative in that regard. But if you are just like a run and gun coming off a COD, you can just spam build weapon damage and you can get pretty far in REVN doing that.
Yeah. You'll be squishy, but if you're playing COD, you're used to dying in a couple of hits.
There we go, man. Nice clip. Now you seen that how they did me at the end, man. Why they gotta do that? They ain't had to do that, man. Everybody do me like that, man. Every time they come to Call of Duty, man. I'm telling you. But nonetheless, wonderful interview. We'll be posting that interview, and I'm going to be doing a lot of other interviews that I have coming soon for a lot of different games, indie games, as well as some bigger games. That is kind of my thing, to start diving in a lot of these interviews. Going to be doing E3 next year. I got to prepare myself. I got to get ready. So REVN is a dope game. I've actually played it. I don't play many games. I will be live streaming it tonight, definitely. But I'm not big into MOBAs, man. I don't know much about MOBAs. So I was going out there just gunning and I was dying. But now, since I'm understanding, I can go out there and gun and upgrade and all. About to be on it tonight, man. Shout out them. Shout out Silas. 4 years in the making for this game. Finally to release it. It's like number 2, might be number 1 now on Steam for the new trending games. Big deal, man, for this dude releasing his game. So, yo, I got to go ahead, drop a bomb for you. You know, all that good stuff, man. Give you a couple shotgun shots, air horn, all that. Okay, so my dog. So now we're going to move on. I had to give a shout out for that. Stay tuned for that. That's coming. And like I said, I ain't going to be too long on everything.